The person with taqwa doesn't ask, how close to the line can I get? Rather, they ask, how far from the line can I stay? Very different. Very different perspective. Layer 3 is love-based obedience. The highest taqwa isn't fear-driven. It is love-driven. You avoid sin not because you're terrified of punishment, but because you can't bear the thought of displeasing someone you love, which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The statement of Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu about taqwa is so deep. He said taqwa is fear of the Almighty, acting upon the revelation, contentment with little, preparation for the day of departure. And the reason why it is second is because taqwa is the fruit of guidance. First, Allah shows you the path. And that is why we ask in our prayer, Ihdina Siratal Mustaqim. First, Allah has to show you the path. Then He gives you the strength to walk the path, which is taqwa or tuqa. Many people know what is right, but can't do it because they lack taqwa. And that gap between knowledge and action is taqwa. وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَل لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. Allah says, whoever has taqwa of Allah, He will make a way out of him, a way out for him, and provide him from where he does not even expect. So taqwa doesn't just affect your akhirah. Pay attention to this. It also reshapes your qadr. Your doors open for you. Risk flows for you. Problems find exits. All because of taqwa. So when you're asking for tuqa in this dua, you're asking for the key that unlocks the best possible qadr in both worlds, in the dunya and in the akhirah. Next, go to the next part of the dua. Wal afafa. Afafa is dignity, chastity, modesty, refraining or abstaining, self-restraint. So this is the same, it is not from the same root word as afu, which we talked about yesterday. It's afafa, a different root word, right? Meaning self-restraint or dignity. And it is one of the most comprehensive words for human dignity. It includes protecting yourself from zina or from coming near zina, from haram relationships, from the gaze that leads you to destruction. And in an age where temptation is one swipe away, afafa is the one that you're asking Allah for to build a fortress around your desires. It is also for financial dignity, not begging, not depending on people, not selling your principles for money. A lot of times what happens, we are ready to sell our Islamic principles to get ahead in life, for wealth, for money, for fame. That is why we're asking Allah for afafa. You would rather go hungry than humiliate yourselves for provision. The third level of afafa is emotional self-restraint or self-respect or self-confidence, not being desperate for validation. You don't need validation or approval from anyone by compromising on your values. You're not needy. You're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala directly. You don't need approval of creation. Very important point. You don't need popularity. Tongue and behavior, the fourth level of afafa, refraining from gossip, vulgarity, obscenity, swearing, shamelessness. A person with afafa will not swear. That's why you're asking Allah. And if you're struggling to get rid of swearing or vulgarity in your speech or obscenity or gossip or backbiting, ask Allah for afafa. And why is it third? Because once you have guidance, which is huda and taqwa, then this is the next step in the process. You cannot have afafa without having the first two. Without guidance and without taqwa, you cannot have afafa.